Hi, how are you today? I want to share a personal story with you about my own nervous system. And I think it's going to highlight for you the depth of the impact um, of understanding your nervous system, understanding what is going on with your body as it relates to trauma. So today we are going to be talking about child loss. I know that this is a very difficult topic to hear about and to think about. It is my life's journey, and it is something I wish that didn't happen to me, but it has. And I have 3 earthly children and a daughter that lives in heaven, that is in the spirit world. And because of that, because of the trauma that my body has experienced, my mind has experienced, honestly, my life has experienced, my body, there's trauma like still in the body. And I've been on this own healing journey of mine for gosh, almost 2 years now. But I want to share with you a recent experience that I had that could have been very, very different had I not had these tools. So I'm not going to be going into, I shouldn't even say that. I was going to say, I'm not going to be going into like the hard parts about how Harper died, but we are going to be talking about that. So I share with you this personal journey because I want you to see your own ways that your own system could potentially be speaking to you. And I hope that this creates an awareness of some things that could be locked in your body. So Harper passed away. She died and, passed away, died, however you want to say that. I used to say like, we lost her. We didn't lose her. I know exactly where she was at all times. So I don't like that terminology. Like we as a society try to make it less sad than it is. The truth is she died. And I was almost 39 weeks pregnant. I was just a few days away from being induced for her to come into the world. And we didn't know, but she had a knot in her umbilical cord. And that cut off the circulation and the connection and the blood flow between me and her. And what happened was one day, Mike and I were out to lunch, and what we know now to have happened is she was moving all around, and the umbilical cord got wrapped around her belly, and the knot got really tight, and I felt her flail. And I just thought she was really enjoying what I was eating. She was a big baby. I had this big, huge tummy. And I now know that was when she died. And I remember saying, gosh, she's really going crazy in there. And I asked the doctor, did she feel pain? I needed to know everything. And the truth is that she couldn't breathe because of this tight knot. And so my body knows that. And so when Josie was born, she came out and did not cry right away. And even as we're talking about it, like if you're here on YouTube with me, you can see like my chest is getting flushed. And it's my body knows, oh my God, is she breathing? Is she alive? It's like my mind knows, and the doctor said, she passed away before she would have passed out before dying, like, because that's just what happens in the body. And I tell you all of this because I've noticed something in my nervous system, that Quinn, being my baby, when she struggles breathing, I have a panic attack. And I didn't know before this nervous system work what was happening to me. And when I say struggle breathing, I mean like she's got a really bad cold and she's just like, or if there's if there's RSV going around, or when she was 8 weeks old, she got pneumonia right at Christmas time, on Christmas actually, and she was really, her little lungs were struggling to breathe. And what would happen for me in my body is, here I am trying to take care of this baby who is struggling to breathe, and I'm having a full panic attack, which means I'm going lightheaded. I can't see anything. My heart is racing. I have to like lay down on the bed to kind of come back to kind of, because that is flight. My body was in flight. Okay. It was not in fight. It was not in freeze. It was not in fawn. It was, this is unsafe. I cannot bear this. I got to get out. And so that it puts me into, you know, a panic state. And I will say, and always I'm like, Mike, help me, you know, like help, come take care of this baby. And so that happened for the first time when she was 8 weeks old. And then since then, and this happened just this past week, that was a full-blown panic attack. That took me, you know, 20, 30 minutes to come down from. You know, Mike's taking care of the baby. She was having trouble breathing and also throwing up. So it was like this whole like gagging here. I did not know, my brain did not know what was happening, but my body knew I had lost a child that way. And this was too much for my system to bear, to see my baby, because Harper was my baby, right? To see my baby struggle in this way. And so this happened this past week. And by the time you're hearing this, it'll be earlier in the month, but, Quinn got sick, as she does, you know, she's building her immunity. And because of COVID, there's this triple demic going on. And because we were home for 2 years, everyone's getting sicker now. We all knew that would happen. So she's sick. She's got fever of 105, 104, like really, really high fevers, which are gone now. But then in the middle of the night, she came to me and she couldn't breathe. And, of course she was about to throw up. So that's why she couldn't breathe, but I didn't know that at first. So here she is, she's standing on the side of my bed and now she's throwing up and she's not breathing. It's literally like, you know how it is when you throw up, it's awful. She is trying to get it out and I'm right there and boom. Now I know in my system that of course this is too much. This inability to breathe is too much for my system to bear. And because my truth is babies die, right? Like that is what my body knows. And so not all babies, but my babies, that happened to me, right? That may not happen to you, but that happened to me. And understanding and having, you can even see just talking about it, like my body has a reaction. Understanding and having compassion for your own lived experience as a mother meant that this time my body went into flight. I had all the same symptoms of the panic attack. You know, I'm the lightheadedness, the unable to hear, the ringing in the ears. And I was able to immediately take care of myself. I'm taking care of her. You know, she's got what she needs. She is okay. Right? But my body doesn't know that. My body thinks she's dying. Okay. She is not. She's throwing up. She's fine. She's breathing. So we've got her doing her thing. And then it was time for me to nurture myself. With the nervous system tools, I have an awareness of what's going on with me, right? Like, here's what's going on with me. My system can't handle that. And so she is taken care of. And this is really, anyone who's a mother knows, like we have to take care of ourselves as well as our children. So I was able to have this 5-minute experience versus like this 30-minute experience that I've had previously that would just have me spin out around, oh, am I going to have just this random panic attack again? Or what was going on? Or why was that hard? Or all of the things. I did not have the nervous system capacity when Quinn was younger to connect the dots I was just in that survival mode, trying to get this baby to reach a year, which is when my system felt it was less scary. And And so I share this with you because I was able, it shows the progress. And sometimes with the nervous system work and with healing work, the progress feels really slow. And it feels like we just want to get to the other side. But it takes these experiences for us to see that we have grown so much, that our nervous system's capacity has expanded so much that I was able to not only take care of her, but also nurture and take care of me, and take a huge ordeal and turn it into something that was just like, yeah, I completely understand why this is happening. My body is in complete flight. And I used my tools that I share, in my clients, in my healing circle. Like, there's lots of different tools we can use to help the system see and understand the level of threat that actually exists, and have so much compassion for myself in that moment, and not beat myself up the way that I would have before, which is like, I'm her mother, I should be fine, I need to be strong, all of those things. Being strong is taking the time to heal, to grow, and to understand why your body, your mind is reacting the way that it is reacting. And this is a little bit of a different topic. I'm not here to necessarily teach you like step 1, step 2, step 3, but I think it's important so that you can see, if you're on your own healing journey, for you to really think about your own growth. And if you see these kind of patterns in yourself where, like, I don't know why I'm going into flight, or I don't know why I'm going into freeze. When you do know why, not only does that experience, that lived experience, really start to heal, you have so much more compassion for yourself, and so much more self-love and self-worth, and all of the beautiful things that come along with having like a really beautiful relationship with yourself. But you can't have a beautiful relationship with yourself if you don't even know yourself, if you don't even know why your body is doing the things that it's doing, your mind is doing the things that it's doing. So I wanted to share that with you today. It was on my heart. Someone must need to hear it or see it if you're here with me on YouTube, because it is really remarkable to me how far I have come. And it's also remarkable to me all that my body has been through, and my spirit and my family and my mind. And it makes complete sense why certain things would be so incredibly difficult and push me into one of those nervous system states that are there for protective measures. Okay. Me going into that flight response is my nervous system's way of protecting me. And I'm so grateful for that. And what it basically have to do is assure my nervous system and my body, thank you for trying to protect me, but we're okay here. This is a different scenario, and we're going to be okay. And being able to have that dialogue between yourself and your spirit is pretty profound. And I want that for all of you. So I wanted to share, and as your coach, as someone that you just may follow, or you just may be finding, or maybe you're listening to this and you're, you have lost someone that you can't bear to live without. I think it's important for me to share the real deal behind the scenes. I do not think that it's helpful for you all to think that everything is healed and perfect. And I mean, I do live my dream life. I really do. And also, I am working with my nervous system every single day to live this best life, right? And to be the mom, to be the business owner, to be the mom of loss that can navigate some waters. And there's going to be other things that I don't see that come up. Like the first time, like every spring when the birds would start chirping, it would send me immediately into like a depressive state. And that has subsided because of this work. But I know it because I know that to be because she died in May, and that must have been what was happening. It ought to, that must be the sounds that were coming in, that week that she passed away. It was a really beautiful sunny week, and I spent a lot of time outside, and there were birds around. So there's just so much nuance to child loss. There's so much nuance to healing there. It's so intricate that it takes a really skilled practitioner that has all of the tools to really help you navigate it. And I do think I am that practitioner because I'm able to do it for myself at this point. I've moved, I moved from needing my coach to help me do all the things to now I'm starting to, and I have been facilitating these things on my own. And that is what I want for all of you as well. All right, my friends, I hope you have a wonderful week. And if you enjoyed this, if you got something from this, this is really, really deeply from my vulnerable heart to yours. Screenshot and tag me on Instagram and let me know what you loved, or even better, leave a review and let me know. I read every single one and I cherish them, and it would mean so much to me. Okay, have a wonderful day. Bye.